All right, y'all. We are back. We back. Okay. I had to watch him. It was so entertaining and funny. It was the part when they were putting on baby oil and stuff, child. I was trying to get in because I wanted to differentiate my opinion with him. Let him know how proud of I was with him and let him know my opinion. But it is what it is. Okay. So let's see if we can find what I'm looking for. Now Don has starting to take the stand. Now when they come back Monday, it's going to take a full stand. Um, I don't think they're not going to like Don, which they're not. It's fine, but he has called for um he has called for Don's lawsuit with him to be thrown out. Now, she said that she saw him. We even said it in the lawsuit. I'm not even going to read her transcripts or nothing. But Dawn from Danny Kane said that she, saw in Dirty Money, said that she saw him hit her with a skillet over some eggs and being dragged across the floor. And she also stated that he noticed that she did some songs and that she did not get reciprocated or paid for them, and most of the music that she did were from he that she wrote. She didn't never got paid for it. Okay, so we know she's going to take the stand now to see the what's going to happen is being very interesting. So I just want y'all to know, just keep on your p's and q's, because Don is going to be part of the glue that holds with certain things that need to be done. All right, we have had our black reparations this week, and while that was going on, the South was getting some black reparations. Let me share my screen, y'all. The black community is happy in a standstill, honey. They are rejoicing and rejoice. I know you guys heard on the Louisiana Historic Nottoway Plantation. There was a fire. They had to have 30 firefighters, and it took them 18 lovely hours to burn out the fire. The mansion is burnt to a crisp. The only thing that is left is the ballroom. Let me tell y'all something. We have been saying this, the um that the ancestors are free. And now they're free. And we also have stated to say, hey, sorry y'all, my allergies. We're saying, hey, like the ancestors are not playing. People have images. You can go on TikTok, the spirits that were still lingering there has been set free. You can see it in the smoke. It's one picture this lady showed on the ground while the firefighters were putting out the fire, and you can see an apparition of a woman in a dress from the 1800s, and she's walking freely. Like, I promise you not, y'all gotta go on TikTok, and she's just walking. She's walking out. She's walking. So y'all go check that out. But it took 18 hours. It was the largest building in 1859 with 165 rooms. Now they're saying that the fire started in the slave owner room. The fire started in her room, and it collapsed. And it was supposed to be a cotton plantation. It became a sugar plantation. Now, what's crazy is the fact of when they used to have people do tours, they had people say, "Oh, well, he would take you as family and all of this and try to make it seem like there were doctors and nurses to help. Let me explain something to you. That's a damn lie. He only had doctors and nurses to help because of the fact was he wanted his profit. He did not really keep them together because some of them were sold. If y'all go just look up the history of this plantation and how vile, disgusting it was. It got the lady that became the owner from the 1980. She had found someone to buy it, and she said unless she could transition in that room, she has transitioned. There are apparitions of her stuck there. All the souls that were stuck there, from the coachman to the slaves to the last owner, are free. And it's such a way for it's so crazy how a home that's built off the backs and sweat and tears of our head and blood has held so many spirits, and now they had to be set free. So a lot of people are saying shout out to their ancestors. I say shout out to them too, because why the freak not? Okay. All right. Another thing we want to talk about is Brene and Tim. So Brene had court um this week, and the trial for the lawsuit were pushed back to November. They're saying Brene may be in contempt of court because she did not answer all the questions that the lawyer wanted answered. But they did decide to have her pay Akira court fees. Okay. Now remember I did it where they went live together, and it was a whole thing. We did a live on that. Brene has since went to court, and a lot of people got a picture of Brene full body, and she went in board shorts and a t-shirt. Mm-hmm. Board shorts and a t-shirt. Brene has until November. Akira lawyer is still asking for her to be held accountable for not answering the questions. Like there are questions that she need to answer that she was supposed to answer. Um, really, she cried on live with her mom. She was supposed to answer, and she didn't. She didn't. Um, she wanted this man. So you telling me, you got 2 million plus 2,000. Now they all went out to eat. And another thing is, Akira Lawyers is not playing. I want y'all to see this. Black Goddess has this video. Um, Hold on, y'all. Because the kids are not supposed to be shown by neither parent, and even the kid.
I don't think you all realize how detrimental this situation is for Tim
I don't
and
think
Brene
Tim can.
as it relates to those minor children being posted all over social media today. I don't think you all realize the detriment of this situation. Let me tell you how bad it is. If you did not know, Tim has a temporary custody order that prohibits third parties from doing certain things as it relates to the minor children. Renee is actually listed as a third party as it relates to this temporary custody order. She cannot be left alone with the minor children. And he is responsible to make sure that those children are not posted on social media while they are in his care. The fact that they are there visiting for this weekend and third parties have recorded the children and uploaded that video up to social media, baby. When I tell you,
Also, the reason why Akira don't have it done because when they leave for school, they do activities. School is about out, and as big as this case is also going on, I believe they're in South or North Carolina. The kids are in school, and now the kids know what school. Now people know what school the kids go to. They have one more week of school, and this is very, very taunting for you to post, and Tim don't care. That's the sad part. So it shows that he's a careless father to post his children in their school uniforms around his big back girlfriend, fiance, and let her do it shows that not all gloves are off. Akira, do what you gotta do, baby, because this is ridiculous.
You, it's gonna be real sketchy for him. It's gonna be real sketchy. And as it relates to Brene, she has a restraining order for stalking. She too cannot post the minor kids. Now it's gonna be interesting to see how they handle her because she allowed a third party as well to upload the video, even though she recorded it. Kayla started it off. Renee finished it. Then it was like Final Destination because Kayla uploaded it to social media. The way I would have hauled off in both of they, Robin is going to have a field day in court with this. And I guarantee you, Monday morning, I guarantee you she's going to have a motion filed. I guarantee you a motion is going to be filed. Mark my word, Tuesday, we're probably going to see the motion. And I say that based on the other motions that she have done previously in the past where situations like this have happened.
The judge is going to get tired of seeing Brene with these motions and not acting like her and Tim care. That's why he said, well, Judge, we getting married. They just say, I don't give a damn. To act like they don't care, they're going to have a great time roasting them like pork on a stick on the grill. You hear me? Because the fact is that they're playing like this is okay is not. It's not. And for Brene to finish it off, my bad, y'all, show that she doesn't care. So it's like, girl, what? But let's continue.
Pay attention. And let me say this before y'all go to asking. Yes, Tim is literally at risk for losing visitation rights with his children.
Yep.
I would not be surprised if the court literally asks him to do supervision, not ask, but order him to do supervised visitation. Ain't no way in God's green earth would I put myself in this type of situation with my children to have this type of interference with me seeing my children because I can't see them just taking away his rights as a father. But I most definitely can see them ordering supervised visitation. The stuff that we have seen ain't no amount of money and ain't nobody that doggone important that you will literally put your children at this type of risk. Because why would you allow people to record your children? Ain't no way in God's green earth.
Yep. She's very sneaky and calculated. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get the full thing. I want y'all to see it. Hold on. Because they're not supposed to do this at all. They're not supposed to do this at all. And this is sad.
Renee, grab the phone and record y'all play. It's already recording. Oh, it's already recording. Mama's. Renee, grab the phone and record y'all play. It's already recording. Oh, it's already recording. Mama's.
And Brene to sit there and Tim big ass, they both of they bit behinds, cause they big. We saw the video. Actually do that is disgusting. Very disgusting. So Miss Robin, do what you gotta do. Akira, do what you gotta do. If he don't see his kids, that is on him. He could be upset. He could cry. He could wallow and throw a big sassy fit that he like to throw like he do on lives on it on TikTok, as he always do. You know, he could throw it as much as he like to throw it. We do not care. He deserved not to see them children. Akira will have to change schools at the last minute because of this stupid decision. So yes, it is deserving. It is deserving. He needs it. He can roll on the floor like he a toddler. Okay? And that's just what that is. All right. So I'm trying to think what else I was gonna talk about, y'all. Y'all watch the playback. Y'all hear me sniffling. I am sorry. We talked about the Diddy situation. Okay, we're gonna talk about I think we're gonna talk about Eat with Q. I'm gonna show y'all the picture of Eat with Q. Eat with Q is now back with Mr. Goodwill. Okay. Um, she says she don't know what they're doing. Um, and let me share. I'm not gonna play her video. Y'all can go watch it. Her and Mr. Goodwill were on live together, honey. They were on live, and they had a conversation. There was a lot of smiling and giggling and all that stuff going on. And her and Mr. Goodwill from Africa is now back together. She says she don't know what they doing. Then she told me so she gotta apologize to her husband, Mr. Goodwill. She's supporting his channel, The Ferissimus, and she basically sitting here saying that she don't know what they're doing. So people are running through a muck with her. This the live y'all can go watch right here. These two lives. People are running through a muck with her, saying they gonna unsubscribe. That she knew what she was doing, and her husband sitting here getting it together, doing this and that, and all this. They're gonna unsubscribe. So I don't think nobody's going to unsubscribe. I mean, she still got subscribers. And so people unsubscribing wouldn't bother her. She's at 609. But did she lie? Absolutely. So that's what happened there now. She was like, so when I asked her, I said, well, you guys go to therapy? You guys do that? She's like, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're going to do. But she is talking about going back to Africa and doing things with that nature. All right. Now, um, I want to talk about Tory Lanez and Kelsey and Megan. So this is my situation with Kelsey. I don't know why that thing popped up. And I keep saying a certain thing and I'm saying it wrong. Everybody want Tory Lanez to get out. Let me share this. That's not going to happen because what he charged for is something totally different. Y'all forgot that Kelsey Harris signed an immunity to be a witness in this case. I'm going to say it again. Y'all forgot she made a deal to sign, okay, in 2022. Let me read it to y'all because y'all forgot. Okay. Harris showed up at the Los Angeles Superior Court to testify in the Tory Lanez trial for allegedly spewing Megan Thee Stallion. Right? Kelsey attempted to invoke her Fifth Amendment against her self-incrimination when asked if Tory Lanez into, as she previously stated, in spite of being granted immunity. Rock Nation got something to do with it. Rock Nation has nothing to do with it. You want to know who got something to do with it? Kelsey. Tory Lanez. Because when the prosecutors had sat here and said who was going to be a witness against him, the lawyer said, hey, fine, great. Okay. Rock Nation has nothing to do with this. Nothing at all. Nothing. Kelsey struggled when the deputy, D.A. Kathy, T.A., hold on, asked her, where is it at? Because I don't want to read nothing about Megan Kuna. Oh, this probably is Megan. Sorry. Okay. Kelsey was on the stand. Kelsey really struggled when she was asked her about Tory threatened to pew her while they were in the Escalade. Before Megan exited, it was pewed. She did not answer. But Kelsey really struggled. Okay. Kelsey even asked Judge, how do I have to answer that? The judge said yes. What did he do and what did he say? And Kelsey answered, can I take the fifth? Okay. The judge allowed Kelsey to consult with her attorney, Daniel Norton, privately. They returned to the witness stand moments later, but Kelsey again didn't want to answer when T.A. asked about the threat. Again, she signed an immunity deal. It has nothing to do. Another thing is, if y'all remember the bodyguard that was supposed to be there to take the witness stand, they had a choice to either wait on the bodyguard because they found him to be released or continue. Tory lawyers decided to continue. They were fine with waiting. Hold on. They were fine with waiting. And y'all want to say, oh, he wasn't it. He was real. Let me tell you something. Tory got the time he got because you have to remember he is a felon. And also he's convicted felon. This is not the first time. And also he said he's shooting it around. So even if it will pewing it around, so even if it hit her or not, because the state of law contests what it says. I don't know why y'all feel like y'all favorite folks are against the law or sitting here. They are not against the law. The law stands. Y'all don't like it. Y'all have to agree to it. Y'all get all upset and misconstrued and want to have all these feelings because it's your favorite or you feel some way. He got that time because he decided to pew around. Now could if it didn't hit her and the neighbor put it in his hand, if it did not hit her, imagine if there was a child out there it would have hit. Imagine it was somebody innocent it would have hit. What would you go say? Oh, they should have stayed out the way. They should never been. Why? Because y'all like him so much. Short man syndrome. The bodyguard had new evidence was supposed to have been there. The bodyguard was locked up in another country. So his lawyer decided to continue with the trial instead of having a conversation or waiting. That is his fault. I'm going to say it again. That is his fault. Because they could have sat there and worked something out. Hey, let's wait till he get out. We know it's around Christmas time. I know my client is ready to go home, but I really do feel like he could have said, hey, this is best for you. We get this man. We're in for the win. You're home for good. Okay? And y'all got to stop acting like Tory has changed a new leaf. He has not. He is going to be more angrier than ever. Tory has antagonized August Alsina when he was sick. Had him and his friends jump him because he couldn't hear him at the time when he said, hey, August Alsina couldn't even damn see hardly. Y'all remember that? He was on tour trying to make sure he did it for his nieces because remember, he lost his sister and he could barely see. He could barely see. August Alsina confirmed. Hold on. Let me show y'all. He was sick. August Alsina confirms Tory Lanez lumped him up, apparently for no good reason. August Alsina confirms his tussle with Tory Lanez for not shaking his hand. He also accused Tory for being on that booger sugar. She lied on him. Hold on. There's footage of him putting his hands. He punches August Alsina. And he punches her over who? Who y'all see that with on Joe Biden, Joe Button thing? There are videos of him putting his hands on that man. Oh, he's done a lot. So we're not going to sit here and act like he has. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about is the Haley Bailey and DDG situation that's not on here. And I'm going to read the affidavit and then we're going to get into... Now, a judge ain't just going to grant temporary custody for no reason. That's number one. State of California, they will do temporary if you can give evidence of what the situation is, and then they'll further go and negate, that situation. We saw that happen. Let's see if I could pull it up because we're going to read it together because there are things in here that fits her claims. And I have some stuff that can fit everything. Now, what I didn't like with DDG was he sat here and trying to make it seem like Jay-Z gave him some liquor. Jay-Z not sending no fucking liquor. Unless he like you. He does a lot of line and clickbait, and a lot of people and grown men are starting to see it. I'm trying to see where I can read it. I don't know if I brought this. Let me check my email. I don't know if I have it there. But yeah. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna read it to y'all. Media Takeout has it. This is the court affidavit. Okay. Declaration of Haley Bailey. Haley Bailey declared I'm the petitioner of this case. I have personal... Let me see if I can copy this. Let me see if I can copy this. Hold on, y'all, because I want y'all to see it too. Let me see. No. I don't want to print anything. Because I'll do... Okay, well, let me go here. because I want y'all to see it. Okay. Okay. Let me share my screen. I want y'all to see it because we got a lot to get into. We got a lot to get into. And I'm going to read what Ruby Rose said. Um, okay. We're going to go all the way down. Now, she said that with physical abuse, Haley wants to bar from applying for a passport. I would too, and I'm going to tell you why. Um, I agree with that. You do know with the passport situation that basically he could take that child anywhere and not come back. With the things going on where people are trying to leave the country, he can make up anything and say, "Hey, I he can make up anything and say, "Hey, I don't think it's safe for my child, this and that," or anything can happen, right? So there's a lot within that. Okay, so I'm gonna read to y'all what it say. It say, "I am the petitioner in this case. I have I have personally knowledge of the facts I stated below, and if I were to be called as a witness, I could completely testify to what I have written in this declaration. Exhibits referenced below the true and and correct copies of the identified documents and are incorporated by the reference at the place indicated by the exhibit letter. I submit this declaration in the forms for domestic violence restraining order." Before I read, his brother was crying. I'm going to tell you why. His brother baby mama, he did a phone call trying to make it more about knowing he with that girl. And Brittany was asked a question about the kids. Dub sat there and asked his baby mama, while he has a girlfriend in the house, and said, "You don't miss me?" She hung up the phone. She hung up the phone. No, he hung up on her because she said, "Well, what time you want me to drop off their son?" He hung up. But remind y'all, he just had his girlfriend lock the door on the baby mama. But then again, you seen your tail here and say you wasn't in love with her and you cheated because she wasn't really your preference. So you had your girlfriend treat her like she was a rug, but you sat here and tried to play on the phone on a live stream and asked that girl, did she miss you, to start some bullshit. If I know the mama is not a problem with upholding this, I don't know what is, because there is no way I would let my child sit on the internet and play a fool. And I'm going to play the AI of DGG doing that, talking to the AI of Hallie, cussing her out. You should not be calling the mother of your child a B word. Okay? Just the same for them. All right, so she says he was a public figure and she's subject. I'm not going to read all of that. We know what he do. He's blaming her to be with other men, and she's basically, if she is, why not? Because he just came on his internet and said he hasn't been celibate the whole time. Has not been without her. May 13th, 2025, Dare was given an interview in Miami on TikTok talking about our son, flipping the script, claiming he is getting hated by his fans. To be clear, I do not go on social media discussing our relationship. She don't. In any of our issues related to our son. She says since they broke up, there has been some things. He sure has. He's been calling her out her name. We've seen that. We see all this, right? I'm trying to get to he has smashed cameras and phones. It's in the affidavit. She told him that he was being rude. He told her she was and I was too sick to deal with him. He would not leave. It's not the first time he did that. When he realized that my family was on the phone, he hold on. We're gonna exit the page. Okay. The camera's back on. He smashed the camera. I'm gonna go into some TikToks where he did an interview. Matter of fact, we're gonna talk about the Ruby Rose, and we're gonna play an interview of how he shows about his temper. Hold on, let me go back on TikTok while I find the Ruby Rose situation. Um, he even said that Ruby Rose cheated, and there were leaked things about Ruby Rose phone. Um, let's see if I can find it because he did an interview with someone, and he was like, "Okay, here we go." This was in 2021. This is not his personal.
That was a word salad, decided to release her DMs. Among those DMs was her talking to DVD, in which she was talking about him abusing her and sending him pictures of him putting his fucking hands on her. When Ruby Rose and DDG had their whole little relationship breakdown, Hallie was in her close friend, so she saw it up close and personal. Not like personal, but you know what I mean. So knowing all of that and seeing all that, she still got with that nigga. And then once getting with that nigga, they decided to use Ruby Rose as
Ruby Rose had warned Hallie she was with Krishan going to the Super Bowl. She even tried to DM her. She was like, "Listen, I don't want him." She say, "Listen, I just because I see who you are and because I know who your sister are." She said, "I just want you to steer away and be careful because you are not the type to deal with this."
some little pawn inside of their relationship game. And then she came on the internet, gaslit all of y'all, and said that Ruby was just the devil trying to get in between their relationship. Okay. Her being cool with DDG really holds no bearing on whether or not he abused her. Like, y'all always bring that up. Abuse victims sometimes are cool with their abusers, sadly. In 2021, Ruby Rose
I mean, you can name a person that's a cool with their abuser and say they remind them of somebody. Um, he did say he was getting his ex on the stream, but I never seen him do that.
So y'all remember when Ruby Rose dropped the receipts of DDG hitting her up and talking about this is why I'm single, but DDG has come forward for whatever reason on Vlad. and admitted that he did that, but in Hallie's face because they were arguing, okay? And that he wasn't doing it sneakily. Great, whatever. That's y'all's cup of tea. But put on your thinking caps, your detective hats. Tell me what is wrong with this screenshot versus what he said. Okay, you did it in her face. Y'all were arguing. Do you know yet what's wrong here? Because I don't see anybody has clocked this or talked about it yet. Maybe you don't care. Anyway, conversation for the rest of us. Okay, why did the conversation keep going? If you were just trying to prove a point then and there during y'all's fight. Look at that timestamp from the first time he hit her up till when the convo kept going. So yeah, he might have hit her up in front of her, in that first text, but later on in the day,
Exactly. This is his name. Where is it? Was the AI situation with Chloe? I'm sorry, Hallie. A lot of men are really not liking him, and uh, there are certain men that are saying that. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna play this video. Hold on, because this shows a lot at this birthday party. Hold on. It says a lot. I'm not done. Where's this AI situation at? Um, yeah, this one guy said domestic violence is normal in a relationship. That is not normal. I'm sorry. And it's very shocking to see Tasha K. Where is this AI? He did an AI of where he at like he was talking to Haley. Let me see if this it. I want the AI. Hold on, y'all. It's very disturbing. When I saw this, there's an 8. He's okay. Here we go. I'm gonna play it right here. This is weird.
Where is Halo at?
What do you mean? He's sleeping, he's in bed, RN.
Give me my fucking son back.
What? Why are you acting like this? What have I ever done for you to act like I'm some sort of monster that would keep your son from you?
Because you don't know how to respect me and you disrespect me in public over a fucking Usher concert.
This is very disturbing. Hey, Cree, this is very disturbing. This is an AI, y'all, of Haley. We're going to get into how Ruby Rose said he took her phone and locked himself in the bathroom.
Where is my son at? I'm taking my son.
I don't want anyone but you.
Okay, well, this is going to happen. How about with Halo, I keep him. How about we go to court about Halo and I'll put you on child support? Let's do that.
You're going to take my son away from me because I won't block Usher on Instagram? You got to be joking, right? Please tell me you're not serious, RN.
I'm dead ass serious. You know that I don't play.
And this is the hill you are willing to die on? You'll take my son away and try to make me pay you child support because I won't block Usher?
Now, I didn't read all the court documents. I'm not trying to keep the video long, but this is how he taunts and uses his fan base to taunt her. When I say, if you go look at her comments, she turned her comments off. And I'm going to read them.
On one of my socials for no reason?
That's exactly what the fuck I said. So block his Instagram right now, okay? I'm just going to ask you one more time. You know that I'm live. Please just stop embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing yourself, RN. You are acting ridiculous. I cannot believe I'm having this discussion with you. You'd really do all of this over a celebrity when I'm marrying you?
I don't think it's hating. I think it's control. I'm going to say this. We know that DDG is a millionaire, right? But let's look at the facts of he has want to use the same power like Diddy, have a lot of money. Well, his net worth is dwindling, but power. Because they have people that say yes all the time. It's power. He's young with money. He feel like he is who he is. Power. The same thing. Nobody's talking to these young men when they get this money about the power. Nobody.
You're the worst I've ever seen you right now.
Okay, we don't need to be together then. We don't need to be together. Where is Halo at?
That's disturbing. Very, very disturbing. Oh yeah. That was the AI. That's how he really feel. He talking to an AI. That's how he really feel. And it's power. And this girl was warned so many times, and she was like, "Oh." She wanted to, be there. She didn't. The red flags were in her face. He even sat here and said he wanted a child with Ruby Rose. He wanted a child with Ruby Rose, and Ruby Rose did not give him a child. Let me see. They were going at it with each other where he talked about her body. She talked about him being short. Let's see. And a lot of people called Ruby Rose things, and what he did to her was just a mess. And I'm going to say this. And she said she pushed him, he pushed her to do fans only. Here's the thing. I want people to understand. Haley didn't want this. Everybody know your first baby mama, baby daddy, you want to work it out. You try your best. You have a child. She did not want this. She realized that she had no choice. I'm trying to find a thing with Ruby Rose. She said that he attacked her, which was what was said. He was cheating on Haley with Ruby Rose at the point. That happened. And they nearly got into a altercation. Hold on. Let me see if I can look like let's figure it out. Let me go on Lipstick Alley. Let's see what we can find here. But she did say that he took her phone and hid it in the bathroom. There's a girl that he's talking to now, who he was talking to then, who's a Latina, and he's been sleeping with her for the past 6 months. So if Haley and DDG broke up last year, or the beginning of this year, he was sleeping with that young lady allegedly in December. He said he was celibate for 6 months. You couldn't when y'all just recently broke up last December. So it's weird. I know that a lot of people want to take his side because we went through the same thing with Royce. They wanted to take what's his name side. Him and speaking of Royce, y'all took what's his name side. Him and Amy Luciani are not even engaged anymore because she found out that he allegedly liked it trans. He cheated on her with a tranny. And I told y'all this. Find out it's abusive. I know we want to believe the men because of the fact is with the Brianna situation, but not all these women are lying like Brianna. Okay? They're not lying. Amy has been by herself. This girl has not posted that man. Hold on, let me show y'all. Cause y'all were real milling for Roy's baby daddy. Okay. She doesn't have her ring on. She doesn't have her band on. Okay? There's no ring. The ring is off. There's no ring. does not have her ring on. She has been busy working and working out. Keep looking. There is no ring. She wears it on her right hand. Uh-huh. She scrubbed the pictures. This is it. But there's no ring. All right, let's go to Haley. Because I want to show y'all she cut her, off. And it's crazy. Go to her post. Let me show you the comments she has gotten. And these are by his fans. Okay. Someone said something on your face. We love you. Okay, let's see. Someone posted DDG. Do what's right in Halo for you. The people need you to release songs. She probably effing with Soulja Boy. Okay. I'm so sorry I have to go through that. She getting love and support. Girl, get a gag on that little boy and his mama so they can't utter your name. She has it posted in 5 days. Remind y'all. Before she did it, she just hasn't posted. This person keeps sending him. Someone said, you may feel overwhelmed, exhausted seeing these incels. Shorty looks like she was 2 minutes away from being a Down syndrome baby. Eyes are further away than the nympho point. So she turned her comments off. Let me see. She turned them back on. I'm finna go see why. We're finna go to DDG page in a minute. But yeah, his fans were so much in her chat, her prep things to where she had to turn her comments off. And let me go to his. Hold on, let me stop sharing real quick. Let me see if I can find him. Something had to happen because they were in her comment section. It was ridiculous. All right, let's go look. Someone said the moment DDG hit 1 million followers on Twitch, he not on all platforms. But then somebody said he was losing as well. I sit up here in clapping. Okay. Crickets chirping. So they both haven't really gotten, unless they erased the hate comments. But I'm going to say this. He only hit 1 million because he knew what he was doing when he mentioned somebody. We're not going to act like he didn't. When he act like he got a bottle sent to his house. We're going to put that because they want to know. I'm going to tell you something. He did a clickbait to hit that 1 million. And I hate to say it. They want to know what's going on. They want to know, and she done hit 1 million herself. They're going to be all in their business. They're going to know what's going on, and then they're going to want to know, is Jay-Z really have a problem? Remind you, Chloe and Bailey are not Roc Nation artists. They're not even signed to Beyonce anymore. She just helped them out at the time. They're creatively owned. Stop with the lies. It was clickbait. He got y'all got over there. I'm glad he hit 1 million so he can be there for his child and figure some things out. I'm glad he did. Congrats to him. But it don't change that he's not narcissistic and people want to see what's going on. That's why he hit 1 million. They want to know. Just like she has it posted, they want to know what's going on. What happened? Are you in this court? Court is next month. Oh, I can't wait till he talk about it because he is going to come on here. He is going to stream and talk about his court date. He going to mess his court date all up. Well, y'all, that's all the time I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I will see you guys soon. If I don't see you tomorrow, I will see you Monday. Now, the trial, I'm going to put the Diddy trial and Real Housewives of Atlanta together. I know, I'm sorry. Just how it's going to go for the next 6 weeks because we're getting to 7 weeks. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and share, and also subscribe to the channel. See you guys later.